Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. This is Tausif Anam, and this channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. So if you are tuning in, thank you for being here. I understand it's Sunday night, and the time right now is 11:33 p.m. here in the Central time zone. So 11:33 p.m. in the Central time zone because I'm in Wisconsin. And Eastern time zone, it's already Monday morning, very early Monday morning because it's past midnight. And in the Pacific time zone, well, it's still Sunday. So, my friends, thank you for being here. And it's an interesting topic. Interesting topic. If you just look at the title of this live stream, it says politics or something else. What will Kamala Harris do next? What will Kamala Harris do next? That is the question that we are going to be discussing. So get ready for an interesting conversation, my friends. And please like this video. You got to give this video a thumbs up so that we can grow the size of this community. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. So 007 Arizona is here, Kushi is here, Sassy is here, Swaggy is here, AC is here. Hello everyone, thank you for being here. So here I am, and here we are gathering again. It's a wonderful community, and we are going to be talking about what will Kamala Harris do next. So you will see that I have a poll question in the live chat window, and the question is, do you think that Kamala Harris will run for the office of the governor of California in 2026? Interesting question. And we will be going into the details. You may be thinking, Tausif, why are you asking this question? Like Swaggy is saying, we don't want Kamala back in California. Well, Swaggy, we're going to look at the possible scenarios, okay? As I keep saying, it is very, very difficult, almost impossible. Impossible. It is impossible to predict the future. To predict the future, especially in the political arena. Okay, and so that's why we don't know what's going to happen. But obviously, I have been hearing some murmurs and some whispers, and there are words floating in the air, which basically prompted me to ask this question: do you think that Kamala Harris will run for the office of the governor of California in 2026? So we're going to go into the discussion here, my friends. So stay here with me. And as always, if you have thoughts you want to share, questions you want to ask, comments, please share that. By the way, I also want to emphasize, I want to mention something that many of you already know. This channel has crossed the 9,700 subscriber milestone. So 9,700, it's not exactly like a full round number. 10,000 would be an awesome round number. So 9,700 is still a milestone, and I hope that you all help me get to 10,000 subscribers. It will be amazing. So let's go into the discussion, my friends. Okay, I'm going to change the screen here. So first of all, I think we can all agree that losing is never fun. Losing is never fun. If you participate in a sporting competition, if you participate in some kind of a contest, if you participate in a tournament, if you are running for office, Losing is never fun. No matter what you do, as long as there's competition involved and you are participating and there are other people participating and you lose, it is not fun. It is not fun. People run for office to win. People participate in contests to win. People compete to win. People don't run, people don't compete, people don't participate in contests and tournaments to lose. No one wants to lose. Everyone wants to win. Losing is not fun, especially when someone is extremely confident about winning. Then losing becomes even more difficult. Now, in the Democrat camp, I know that some people were extremely confident. They were extremely confident about winning the 2024 election. I mean, remember, back in 2016, Hillary Clinton, she was so confident. In 2024, there were people in the Democrat camp who were very confident about winning. They went into the 2024 election day thinking, oh, we're going to win. Kamala is going to be the next president. That's what they thought. Now, I must also point out that there were a lot of people, a lot of Democrats who were not confident. Okay? So 2024, some Democrats were very confident that they would win. Some Democrats were not confident. And I think there are people in the Kamala Harris team who felt quite shaky about their chances in the election. James is here. Hi, James. Turbo is here. Turbo, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Misty is here. Hi, Misty. All right. Okay. So a lot of our friends are joining. So thank you all for being here. So as I was saying, the Democrat camp was kind of mixed. They had mixed feelings. There were some who were very confident that they would win. There were some who were not confident. And actually, I think there were some who kind of knew that Kamala would lose. And I'm talking about the Democrats. Behave is here. Hello, Behave. And so I think there are people who clearly saw that a massive defeat was heading in the Democrats' direction. I think anyone who paid attention, in order to be able to make an educated guess, one has to pay attention. One has to have an open mind, keep the eyes open, keep the ears open, absorb the information, try to process all the information, try to analyze, and try to be truthful in your analysis. And so anyone who paid attention before the election could see the reality that Kamala Harris was on her way to a big election loss. Just think about the fact that Kamala Harris decided to do a sit-down interview with Bret Baier of Fox News. The fact that Kamala Harris decided to sit down and do an interview with Bret Baier of Fox News, that was an indication that perhaps she herself knew that her victory is not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. There are no guarantees. I keep saying that. Because I share the truth. I keep telling people, hey, there are no guarantees in life, especially when you're running for office. There are no guarantees that you're going to win. Okay? Swaggy is saying that was the craziest thing she done. Yeah, that was like, when I first heard, oh, Kamala Harris is going to do an interview with Bret Baier. Oh my God. And I discussed that on this channel. You have to go back several weeks, obviously, to look at that live stream. I talked about it. So the fact that Kamala Harris decided that she would sit down and do an interview with Brett Baer of Fox News. I think that was an indication that she herself knew that her victory is not guaranteed. And perhaps she had this feeling that she might actually lose. She might actually lose. But then again, Kamala Harris never did a press conference since she became the presidential nominee. Leading up to election day, going into election day, she did not do a press conference. And now that we look at the past, because the election is over, now all we can do is just analyze what happened. Try to analyze the stream of events. Okay, try to analyze how everything kind of flowed in the political arena. Now it's time for analysis. Before the election, people try to make guess, they try to predict, they try to, try to predict the outcome. Okay? Before the election, people are looking at the future. They are thinking, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next week? What's going to happen? Is there going to be an October surprise? What is the surprise going to be? What's going to happen? How things might change 72 hours before the election date. These are things. People are always looking ahead. They're looking at the future before the election. Now, yes, we look at the future, but we look at the past. We analyze, okay, who predicted what, and what did the predictions turn out to be? Accurate or not so accurate? And I think on this channel, whatever we discussed turned out to be quite true, right? Do you remember that I did very thorough electoral map analysis? Do you remember that, my friends? If you do, please let me know. Do you remember I did very thorough electoral map analysis on this channel? I sat with the map. I looked at the different states. I shared with you numbers. I went state by state by state. Didi is here. Hello, Didi. I went state by state by state, and I said, okay, Wisconsin, what are the chances in Wisconsin? Then I asked you, and you responded. And some of you said, yeah, Trump's going to win Wisconsin. Some of you said, no, Trump's not going to win Wisconsin. Then we went to Michigan. Some of you said Trump's going to win Michigan. Some of you said Trump's not going to win Michigan. So, I mean, we had an open discussion. We looked at the different possibilities. Do you remember that, my friends? Marjorie is here. Hello, Marjorie. Thank you for being here. So we looked at state by state by state, and we looked at the miracle scenario, the best possible scenario, like a super massive landslide. What would happen if Trump wins New York and New Jersey and Virginia, all those states? We looked at scenarios like that. And then we also looked at, okay, what is the shortest path to victory, the quickest path? Trump needs to get to 270. What's the quickest way to get to 270? So we looked at all of that, okay? We did an analysis, but we really never made any prediction. Claudia is here. Hi, Claudia. Good to see you. We never really made any prediction because you know what? I think you cannot predict the outcome of an election. You just cannot, okay? So we tried to stay away from making a prediction, with the exception of North Carolina. You know that because you've been hearing me discuss this for quite a while. You know that I kept saying that North Carolina is Trump territory, and throughout the election season, I kept saying, okay, why is North Carolina being considered a battleground? It is not a battleground. It is not a battleground. I kept saying that, right? I mean, do you remember that? Liz is here. Hello, Liz. Do you remember that I kept saying North Carolina is not a battleground? It's not a battleground state. It is not. It is not. Anyway, we're not going to go into that discussion. But on this channel, we really did not make any predictions. We just discussed the reality. We discussed the facts. We discussed the things happening on the ground. We discussed the minds of the voters, and I shared with you my analysis. I said, I talk to people here in Wisconsin. I talk to people from a wide variety of backgrounds. I try to understand what people are thinking about. I have a sense of what the voters are concerned about on the ground, what kind of issues they are facing, what their top concerns are, how are they feeling about the future. And so I basically shared my analysis, and that's why I said that I am confident that Trump's going to win. I never said Trump will win, because no one can predict. I said I feel very, very confident that Trump is going to win. And I kept asking you all to vote. I said vote, 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 because if we don't vote, we're not going to win. And so now we know that we have experienced perhaps the greatest victory of our lifetime. And it is a collective victory. It is individual victory. You have won. I have won. Each and every Trump supporter has won. Okay? But we collectively, we as freedom-loving people, we have won. This is our collective victory. So here we are. Now, we did not make predictions. We tried to understand the political landscape and to make meaningful, we tried to draw meaningful conclusions. That's what we tried to do. And so once again, just going back to the discussion of Kamala Harris, a lot of people out there felt very, very confident that Kamala would win. Okay, they were very confident. Okay, that Kamala would win. Similarly, they were confident when Hillary was running in 2016, and she lost. And in spite of knowing what happened in the past very well, okay, knowing that predictions can be wrong, knowing that polls can be wrong, a lot of people said, oh, Kamala's going to win. Kamala's going to win. Hello, Big John. Good to see you. Thank you all for being here. I'm trying to welcome each and every one of you individually as I see your names pop up. So thank you for being here. And also, if you have not subscribed, my friends, please subscribe, hit the like button, support this channel. We enjoy the discussion, right? We talk about a lot of serious issues, but that's what we have to do. James is asking about Elon Musk and MSNBC. So James, I might get to that point later on because I don't want to drift away from the conversation we're having now. But I've seen some, I've heard some things pertaining to Elon Musk and MSNBC. It seems like people are trying to figure out what's going on and what might happen. So I might address that later, James. But thank you for bringing that up. Okay. No, I appreciate. Whenever there's a topic that you want to discuss, just mention that. Okay. If I don't get to it right away, I will get to it in the future. That's always my goal. So we are talking about Kamala Harris and what her political future might be, or is she going to do something else? But before I get to that discussion, I'm just trying to do a long introduction, basically, you can call it, of what people predicted regarding Kamala Harris's chances of winning or not winning. Edwin is here. Hello, Edwin. Good to see you. And so a lot of people said, oh, Kamala would win. And a lot of people said, you know what? It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So anyone who paid attention to the reality before the election, anyone who understood voters' sentiments, anyone who understood the magnitude of the economic problems under Biden-Harris, could actually see the reality that Kamala Harris was on her way to a big election loss, okay? And really, the fact that Kamala Harris sat down and did an interview with Bret Baier, as I mentioned earlier, that kind of suggested that she herself perhaps knew that her chances of success, wasn't looking good. And so now we look at the past and we analyze the past. We look at what people said, how different people made predictions, like, Alan Lichtman. Oh my God. All right, I gotta take a break. Alan Lichtman, keys to the White House. Remember that? Alan. I'm gonna try to control my laughter. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm just like I'm trying to focus, but I can't. Every time I think about Alan Lichtman. Behave. You know who I'm talking about, right? Alan Lichtman. You know who I'm talking about, right? Alan Lichtman and his famous prediction model. It's called. Okay? Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Alan Lichtman. Just say yes. Toss if we know what you're. Keys to the White House. Stuart says keys to the outhouse. That is so funny. The keys to the outhouse, right? Not to the White House, but the outhouse. So Alan Lichtman, all right? Like everyone's trying to listen. Like, okay, what is Alan Lichtman predicting? What did Alan Lichtman say? Like, Alan Lichtman said keys to the White House. What does the prediction say? Kamala Harris. Yeah. All right. Okay. That's why I say, I've said this. You can go back and play my live streams, play the replays, okay? And you're going to see, I said, there's no guarantee. I kept saying, I am confident that Trump's going to win, but there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Because there cannot be any guarantee. When people say keys to the White House or whatever, our model shows, there are other pollsters out there, and we saw them before 2016, right? We saw them before 2016 when said, Hillary's going to win, and Hillary is like out there, acting like she's the winner already. She lost. Hillary lost, and the sad reality is that people did not learn from that experience. All these, prediction experts, all these prediction experts, they should have learned. I'm not a pollster. Yeah, I do. Like some might say, toss if you're running polls on YouTube. What are you saying? You're not a pollster? Yes, I'm not a professional pollster. Okay, I don't do those professional polling. I don't have a polling firm. I don't have statisticians that I've hired to crunch the numbers. I'm not a professional pollster. But I have learned that, what? Do not predict. Do not predict. After 2016, it's like, do not predict. And I did not predict in 2016. Since 2015, I have been and I continue to be a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump and I said I'm confident Trump will win. But I never said Trump's definitely going to win. I never said that because I have learned from history. I have learned from the mistakes that other people made, other pollsters made. I did not make any mistakes. But I have learned from the mistakes that professional pollsters made. And I have learned that you cannot predict. You can be confident, like I always was. You can be confident, like I am confident Trump's going to win. I am confident that Trump is going to have a real successful 4 years in office. That's the prediction I'm making now. Well, not a prediction, but I'm saying I'm confident that Trump is going to have a very successful 4 years in office. And I was very confident that Trump would win, but I never said I guarantee Trump's going to win. And I don't have any like statistical model where you can put numbers in and it's going to give you an output like, oh, here's the winner, magic. I got all these criteria. There are all these sets of questions and I'm going to answer yes, no, whatever. And this model is so accurate. It's going to predict. It understands. This model understands. Who's going to be the winner. I said cannot predict, cannot guarantee. But we have seen that people don't learn from the mistakes of the past. And these pollsters who predicted Kamala would win, here in Wisconsin, those who thought that Kamala would win, I mean, look what happened. Trump won. Okay, so now we're gonna have to look back at the past, and we're gonna have to do an analysis and try to figure out what happened, who was right, who was wrong, what statistical model did a good job, which ones failed. We're gonna have to look at all that. Okay, and not just the overall outcome, but you have to go state by state by state. You're gonna have to look at all these different states and all these different pollsters who ran polls in different. I mean, remember that poll in Iowa? Oh my God! Remember that poll in Iowa? The Iowa poll that showed that Kamala was winning by a large margin. Kamala was winning in Iowa. Remember that? Remember? I mean, do you guys remember the Iowa poll? I talked about it. Like Iowa, come on. Iowa is Trump territory. Iowa is Trump territory. And this one poll right before the election, it showed, oh, Kamala is leading. Yeah. Kamala is leading. Yeah. We know now. And I kept saying this poll, what a joke. What a joke that poll was. That poll was an absolute joke. I don't know who they talked to, who the respondents were, which statistician sat down and crunched the numbers and produced the results. Iowa is Trump country, okay? Iowa is Trump country. And that poll that showed that Iowa was going to vote for Kamala, yeah. Just go look at the election results, all right? Okay, so, my friends, okay. So, coming back to the main discussion here. We know Trump is the winner. We know Trump is the winner, okay? And now we're going to be looking back at the past and see everything that happened, but we know Trump is the winner. And now the question is, my friends, what is Kamala's next step? Any idea? What is Kamala Harris going to do next? Because we know she's the current vice president. She's still the vice president. And that is the second highest public office in the country. The president is the highest public office in the country, but the American vice president is the second highest public office in the country, right after the president. So the vice president, she's the vice president now, and you know what? She failed. She failed to get a promotion to become the president. The people said, Kamala, you're fired. Anyway, my friend, so the question is, what is her next step? What is she going to do? Do you have any idea? By the way, my friends, I'm going to have to pause here because I want to request you all to please like this video. You got to hit the like button. You got to hit the like button, my friends, because that is how you support this channel. That is how you support this channel. That is how you help increase the visibility of this channel. That's how we can reach more people, more viewers, and spread our message of peace, prosperity, and freedom. So please, my friends, if you have not done so already, hit the like button, okay? We are 30 minutes into the live stream. 1,600 people have watched this live stream so far. We can increase the numbers with your support. You got to hit the like button and help this video reach more people, okay? Reach more people. Eric is here. Hello, Eric. And so, question, what is going to be Kamala's next step? Is she going to stay in politics? Is she going to stay involved in the political arena, or will she go into the private sector? That's the question. Any ideas? Okay. Any questions? All right. Any prediction? Any guess? If you want to predict this one, you can. Like, what is she going to do? What is going to be her next step? Is she going to stay involved in politics, or is she going to, go in the private sector, or maybe she's going to write another book? Is she going to write a book on her experience running this campaign? She could write a book. She could write a book, about her experience running for president. Okay, so I don't know what she's going to do. Okay, let's talk about Mike Pence for a second, okay? Mike Pence is not the topic of discussion today, but the reason I want to bring up Mike Pence is because Mike Pence is also a former vice president. And earlier this year, it was in the news that Mike Pence would serve as the distinguished fellow at Grove City College. And then I saw a news update from September in which it was stated that Mike Pence taught his first class at Grove City College. So that's great. He found something that he likes to do. So, that's going to keep him busy. I'm sure he's going to be busy with lots of other things because, a former vice president has a lot to stay busy with, especially, somebody who served in the Trump administration, lots of experience. So Mike Pence. And now let's talk about Kamala. So Mike Pence found something to do, be a distinguished fellow at Grove City College. But what about Kamala Harris? The question is, what is she going to do now? Okay? What is she going to do? Now, some people are discussing that she could run for the office of the California governor. What is she going to do? By the way, my friends, I see lots of you are commenting. Sorry, sorry I'm not able to respond to all the comments just because there are so many. I wish I could. By the way, my friends, the numbers are going up actually. So we have reached 2,000 views. Okay, 2,000 views in 34 minutes. If you keep liking this video, if you subscribe, if you share this video, if you keep commenting, if you try to increase the visibility of this video, then we can reach more people, okay? So please support this channel. Let's see. All right. John is saying like and subscribe. Thank you, John. Who else is here? Jim is here. Hello, Jim. Jim from Illinois. Jim, Thank you for being here. Chanda is here. Hello, Chanda. Sorry if I missed someone, but I appreciate all the support. Okay. So yeah, what is Kamala Harris going to do now? Some people are saying that she may run for the office of the California governor. Now, that's why I decided to do this poll to try to get your thoughts on this matter, okay? And there are 58 votes already. The question is, do you think that Kamala Harris will run for the office of the governor of California in 2026, okay? The results are mixed, okay? Because there are three options. One is yes, one is no, one is not sure. Okay? One is not sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, my friends. So 25% said yes, 39% said no, 36% said not sure. And the numbers will change. The numbers will change because there will be more votes. Let's see. Okay, let me. All right, let me see some comments here. Hold on one second, my friend. Trying to pay attention to the chat window. Let's see. Okay. All right. So please vote. Please vote, my friends. And I'm going to discuss this matter in more details, okay? Now, first of all, let me tell you, I am not making a prediction. I am not sure if she will run for California governor or not. But I do know that people are speculating. Now, here's the thing. Gavin Newsom is facing a term limit. So Gavin Newsom is facing a term limit. He cannot run for a third term. So California governor, 2 terms. Newsom cannot run for a third term. So that means that the Democrats will have to come up with a candidate to run in 2026 for California governor. Okay, Misty's saying thank God. Misty is happy that Newsom can't run for a third term, right? Okay. So now in California, my friends, there's probably not going to be a shortage of Democrats to run for governor. Okay, I recently saw a list of potential candidates for California governor. California is a Democrat state, and so there are many, many Democrats, Democrats in the state house, Democrats in the congressional delegation, other prominent Democrats, I think, influential, high-ranking. So there are many Democrats in California, so there's not going to be a shortage of Democrat candidates to run for California governor, because California is a blue state. But there are some out there who are thinking, and they are actually not just thinking, they are actually hoping that Kamala Harris could run for California governor, which is why I asked you this question. What do you think? Now, let's be honest. Kamala Harris is not a good elected official. She's not a good elected official. She was not a good senator. She is not a good vice president because she has a very long list of failures. Okay? She's got a very, very long list of failures. And the fact that she as the border czar did really nothing. That's one of the biggest failures, probably the biggest failure. She's the border czar, and she has done nothing to secure the border. You know who the real border czar is going to be? Somebody who's going to be the real border czar. You know that person, Tom Homan. Tom Homan is going to be the real border czar. And so Kamala Harris, as an elected official, she is not successful. She has a very long list of failures. But when you look at the Democrats in California, when you just put all the Democrats together in California and you analyze them, then you can see that Kamala Harris, in spite of all her failures, she is quite a high-profile Democrat. That's because she is the vice president. And so that's what makes a lot of people think that perhaps she is going to run for president. Okay? It's not president, California governor. Well, some people also think that she's going to run for president again, by the way. So let me get to that. I don't want to jump ahead. So just because she is a very high-profile Democrat, having served alongside Joe Biden as the vice president, although she has been a completely failed vice president, but after all, she had that title for so long. She still has that title. Her term is coming to an end. So when you look at all the Democrats in California, she's quite high profile. Obviously, there's also Nancy Pelosi, but I don't think Nancy Pelosi will run for California governor. Okay, I think it's going to be somebody much younger. Okay, so that's why people are talking about Kamala Harris. Now, here's the thing. If Kamala Harris runs for California governor in 2026, it might make it very difficult for her to run for president again in 2028. Okay. By the way, there's a viewer here named Vivette, who's saying she was very successful as a senator. So there's a viewer here, Vivette, who's saying that Kamala Harris was very successful as a senator. My friends, how many of you agree with that statement? How many of you agree with that statement? Vivette just said she was very successful as a senator. Who thinks that statement is accurate? I will tell you what. Okay. I think Kamala Harris was a failure as a senator. And I just wrote that word. I wrote the word failure. I spelled it out just so it's absolutely clear. Okay? Failure. That's what I'm saying. You can hear what I'm saying. You can look at my lips as I'm saying it. And you can also double check, triple check the word that I wrote in the live chat window. I wrote failure. As a senator, Kamala Harris was a failure. My friends, do you agree with me that Kamala Harris was a failure as a U.S. senator? Do you agree? Just say agree, Tassif. Let me know, my friends. Yeah, Chanda is saying she failed. John is saying 100% failure. Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, my friends, please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Help us reach more people. Swaggy is saying agreed. Who else is saying agreed? Let's see. By the way, we are 45 minutes into the live stream and more than 3,100 people have watched this video already. With your support, we can reach more people. The number of viewers can go up significantly with your support. So Claudia said, I agree with Tassif. Misty said, Kamala Harris is a failure. Swaggy said, agreed. Tassif. Turbo says, agreed. Scott Wells says, agreed. Misty says, agreed. Okay. Who else? Chanda said she failed. John said 100% failure. Chanda says agree. Great. Thank you. Edwin is saying was failure as a senator and vice president. That is true. That is true. That is true. Okay. And so here's the thing, and I'm going to present my analysis to you. By the way, my friends, let me remind you again, hit the like button. So if Kamala Harris runs for the governor of California, runs for the office of the governor in 2026, it might make it very difficult for Kamala to run for president again in 2028. There are actually people out there who think that Kamala could run for president again in 2028. There are people out there. I know it's unbelievable. Listen. All right. I understand what you're thinking. I understand what you're saying. Okay, as you're watching this video, you're probably saying, Tassif, that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I understand that. I understand. As soon as I said, some people think she might actually run for president again in 2028, I understand what your reactions are. You're saying, that is nonsense. Tassif, that's not going to happen. Okay? I understand that. But some people out there are saying it. There are people out there, they live in some fantasy world, okay? I don't know which world, but they live in some fantasy world, and those individuals are thinking that Kamala could run again for president in 2028, okay? So here's my analysis. Let's say that Kamala runs for California governor, and she loses the primary, or she wins the primary and loses in the general election. Okay, so let's say she runs for California governor, but either she loses the primary or the general, and then she does not become the governor. That loss would significantly damage her political standing, and it will make it almost impossible for her to gain nationwide momentum to win the Democratic nomination for president in 2028. Okay? I mean, right now, the way I see it, it is already quite difficult for Kamala Harris to run for president again in 2028. Okay, it's very, very difficult for her to run for president again in 2028 because she has faced such a massive defeat that Democrat voters will not want to see her on the presidential ticket again in the future, okay? But let's say that she runs for California governor and she does not win. That would make it, like right now, I think she's not going to. Right now, I think that she does not have a good chance. If she runs for president again in 2028, she doesn't have a good chance, okay? Because she has already faced a massive defeat. So if she runs again in 2028, she will probably be defeated in the primary. That's what I think, okay? But let's say she runs for California governor in 2026 and she does not win. It would make it even more difficult for her to run for president again in 2028. Now, let's look at another scenario. Let's say that Kamala Harris runs for governor of California in 2026 and she wins. And she becomes the California governor 2026. Okay, let's say she runs for governor in 2026 and she wins and becomes the California governor. Then it will be very odd. It will be extremely odd for her to win the California governor's race in 2026, become the governor, and then immediately after taking office, start campaigning for president for 2028. It's just going to be so strange and weird. Like, you win a governor's race, you take the oath of office, start your term as the governor, and just within a few months you start campaigning for president again. Instead of focusing on the job of the governor. So that is going to be extremely odd. And so that's why I'm saying that no matter what Kamala Harris does, okay, whether she runs for governor of California successfully or she runs for California governor unsuccessfully, it's going to be very difficult for her to run for governor and also run for president again in 2028. Does that make sense, my friends? But what she can do, she can just run for California governor and not run for the president again in 2028. Or she could not run for the governor in 2026 and run for president again in 2028. So she has some different options in front of her, and now we just have to wait and see what she does. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what she's going to do. Is she going to run for governor? Is she going to run for president again? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see some comments here. By the way, my friends, please vote in the poll if you have not done so already, okay? Chanda is saying she really needs to retire from politics, to be honest. A lot of people think that. I think she may just retire from politics, but you know what? I have a feeling that she's going to run for California governor. I have a feeling she wants power. Okay? I mean, try to understand one thing. The Democrats are hungry for power. They want power. They want political power. They want to be in office. They want to, be in charge. So I think it is very likely that Kamala will run for California governor. I mean, it's too early to tell. Okay, we're still in 2024. 2026 is still far away, although time flies really fast. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to make a prediction. I don't make predictions, but I'll just make an educated guess. By the way, let me tell you one thing. If Kamala Harris runs for president again in 2028, I think I might have mentioned this already. The chances are that she is not going to win the nomination. The chances are she's not going to win the nomination. I think in 2028, Gavin Newsom will run for president. Okay? I think Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania will also run for president in 2028. I think Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan will run for president in 2028. I think J.B. Pritzker of Illinois may also run for president in 2028. Okay. By the way, who do you think is going to run for president from the Democratic side in 2028? Any idea? I mentioned a few names. I mentioned Gavin Newsom. I mentioned Josh Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, and J.B. Pritzker. Who do you think will run for president from the Democrat Party in 2028? Okay, yeah, I'm talking about from the Democrat side, not from the Republican side. Turbo is saying Walz. Turbo, you think Walz is going to run? Do you think Walz is going to run again? Tim Walz? Misty is saying definitely Gavin will try in 2020. I think Gavin's going to try. Don is saying the guy from Pennsylvania. The guy from Pennsylvania, you mean Josh Shapiro, right? The governor of Pennsylvania? Or are you saying John Fetterman from Pennsylvania? You think John Fetterman is going to run for president? Don is saying yes. Okay, so you mean Josh Shapiro. Gianna, hello Gianna. Gianna is saying Dwayne Johnson. So you're talking about The Rock? You're talking about The Rock, WWE star? He might run. Eric is saying, yes, that would be hilarious. Fetterman. Okay. James is saying Oprah. Okay, Oprah Winfrey. AC Cruz is saying Jeffries. Are you saying Hakeem Jeffries? Hakeem Jeffries? Is that who you're referring to, AC? Hakeem Jeffries? Swaggy is saying Michelle Obama. Okay. By the way, my friends, we are 58 minutes into the live stream, and 4,500 people have watched this live stream so far. We're 58 minutes into the live stream with 4,500 people, okay? We can increase those numbers if you help me get to 50 likes. 15 more likes to get to 50. Can we do that, my friends? Okay, AC is saying yes, he wants to lead. So AC is saying Hakeem Jeffries might run. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for sharing that, AC. Yeah, Hakeem, Hakeem Jeffries, and he's from New York, right? Hakeem Jeffries, where's he from? New York. Hold on. Hakeem Jeffries is from New York. Okay. Okay, so he's from New York. He might run. Could be. Hakeem Jeffries might. Let's see. Scott is saying, I can't believe Tassif called it this year and last year. He said Trump would win. Way to go. Well, thank you, Scott, for all your support. Don is saying Shapiro would win the Democrat nomination. Quite likely, it's too early to tell, but Shapiro, I think he's going to run. Okay, Gretchen Whitmer. I think Gretchen Whitmer is going to run too. And then Amy Klobuchar from U.S. Senator from Minnesota. Some people are saying she might run. Some people have said Cory Booker. Senator Cory Booker might run. Let's see. All right, my friends, if you are new here, if you are here for the first time participating in the live chat, will you please write first time? Will you please write first time so that I know who's here for the first time so we can welcome those people. And please subscribe if you have not done so already. Please subscribe, my friends. I would appreciate your support. Luca is saying first time. Okay, Luca, thank you for being here. Turbo is saying, Tossif, who do you think will run from the Republican side in 2028? Too early to tell, Turbo. Too early to tell. There are some really high-profile, rising stars. I think it's going to be a millennial. I think it is going to be someone from the millennial generation. I think it's going to be a millennial who might successfully get the nomination in 2028 from the Republican side. Trump is bringing the millennials into the limelight of American politics. So I think the millennials are going to get a huge boost in the 4 years that we're looking at in front of us. Behave is writing Byron Donalds. I really like Byron Donalds. I think he's great. He's a star. He's going to do great in the future. So Misty is saying, I like Byron. Luca is saying, yes, Byron. Don supports Tulsi. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I like Tulsi. I have, as I've said before, I have met her. I've talked to her. She's wonderful. So happy to see Tulsi Gabbard being selected for the position of the Director of National Intelligence. Let's see, my friends. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And also make sure that you hit the like button. Okay, so we are 1 hour, 3 minutes into the live stream, and we have reached the 5,000 subscriber mark. And I know we can do much better than that. Okay, hit the like button. Hit the like button, my friends. Do you think I should put this chat in subscriber-only mode? Do you think I should put this chat in subscriber-only mode? Would you like that? Should I do it? Subscriber-only mode? How about I do that? Misty's saying yes. All right. You know what? Let's do it. Gianna is saying no because it won't allow new people to comment. But Gianna, they can subscribe and comment. They can subscribe and then they can comment. Subscriber only mode doesn't mean that people cannot comment. They can. They can subscribe. Yeah. I can put a lower threshold. I can say, okay, you have to stay subscribed for 1 minute. Let me do that. Okay, I turned on subscriber only mode. But in order to comment, a person has to stay subscribed for 1 minute or longer. Okay? It's not like it's just subscriber only. And to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. You just hit the subscribe button. You just subscribe. It's free. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Okay. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Okay, let's see. James is asking, Tossif, do you think Byron Donalds runs for governor of Florida? If Byron Donalds runs for the governor of Florida, I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win. If he runs for Florida's governor, that position, I think he's going to win. Here's something I'll tell you. The fact that Matt Gaetz made it clear that he's not going back to Congress, okay? He resigned, but he was also elected for the upcoming Congress, but he said he's not going back to Congress. So that also tells me that maybe Matt Gaetz will also run for governor. I mean, he may, because Ron DeSantis is also term limited. So Matt Gaetz may run for governor. Byron Donalds may run for governor. Casey, I think her name is Casey DeSantis, right? Casey DeSantis, Ron DeSantis' wife, Casey DeSantis, who is the first lady of Florida. There are people who think that she may run for governor. Okay, so that may also happen. So I think Florida has some great political personalities, and we don't know who's going to run for governor. We don't know that. And then there's also the question that if Marco Rubio gets confirmed as the Secretary of State, then who will Ron DeSantis appoint to fill Marco Rubio's Senate seat? Okay, so the governor makes that decision. Who is it going to be? Ron DeSantis could appoint Byron Donalds. Ron DeSantis could appoint Matt Gaetz. He could appoint somebody else. I mean, there are lots of great political figures in Florida. Ron DeSantis could appoint Lara Trump, a member of the Trump family. So there's a possibility that there could soon be a Senator Trump, U.S. Senator Trump, and that's possible if Ron DeSantis appoints Lara Trump to fill Marco Rubio's Senate seat. Don is saying Lara Trump. Yeah, that can happen. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne. Who else is here? Who did I miss welcoming? Word is here, right? Word, you're here, right? I think I saw Word. Behave is saying, I'd love a Senator Trump. Yeah. Word is here. Word says yes. So I don't know if I missed greeting Word before. Word, always good to see you. Thank you for being here. I try to greet everyone to the best of my ability. Eric is here. So Eric is asking, when someone downvotes you, does it subtract from the upvote total? I don't know, Eric. I don't know, but I hope no one downvotes me. Just keep hitting the like button. You know, I think you can only hit it once. So hit the like button. If you have not done so, please please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, so let's see. Okay, my friends, let me change the screens here. James is asking, Tossif, do you watch or listen to other political podcasts or content creators? You know, I must say that I read a lot. Okay, so I would listen to radio or some other podcast. Um, Not in general, but I read a lot. Okay, I'm more of a reader, so I read news articles, I read news updates, and then what I also sometimes do is um, I've got like when I'm driving long distance, like let's say I'm going to a meeting that's an hour away or 2 hours away, I listen to Fox News. As I'm driving, I listen to Fox News. So I'm just driving and I'm listening. Okay. So I read and I listen when I'm at home, in the evening. Um, Even if I have, let's say I'm in my living room and I've got the TV on and I'm watching Fox News, I'm usually more of a listener, so I'm listening and doing other things rather than always looking at the TV. Maybe let's say I'm cooking. All right, I'm in the kitchen in the evening and I'm cooking, and I've got Fox News on and I'm listening. I'm listening to it, not always looking at the TV, focusing on my cooking, but I'm listening and I'm doing other stuff or whatever I may be doing. Okay. By the way, today I put up the holiday lights, on my patio, because I live in an apartment, so I don't have like a big lawn or a front yard to myself. The apartment building in which I live, it is very nice. It is very spacious. I've got a nice view, and the landlord also does a very good job of putting up lights and everything. Gives it a very like a festive feel. Okay. In fact, um, the building in which I live, if you walk into the lobby, if you're coming from outside, you walk into the lobby, the reception area, it like feels it has got a little bit of a Hallmark movie feel. you know they've got the fireplace there, they've put up lights and different Christmas themed stuff. It has a very very much like a Hallmark Christmas movie like feeling. Um, so Don is saying, Toss, if how come you're not married, or are you? I'm not married. I am not. So that's that. Okay, so what was I saying? I put up the holiday lights today, and I put up the lights in the patio, in the uh, patio, and then I went outside the building. And when it was dark, I went outside and looked at my patio to see how it looks from uh, you know uh, from the outside. So it looks pretty nice. I've got some big lights, 2 layers of lights, and then 2 layers of smaller twinkling lights. So you've got those big lights, and then you've colorful multicolored lights, and then you've also got the smaller twinkling lights. And from my living room at night, let's say I'm sitting in my living room. By the way, I'm not in my living room. um, this is not my living room. This is my room where I've got my desk. But in my living room, um, I can I can I can basically turn off all the lights, completely dark, and then I can look outside and I'll see the beautiful sky. But before I can see the sky, I'm gonna see those holiday lights that I put up on my patio. So it looks very beautiful. Um, so yeah, uh, Don is asking, does the area receive much snow? I am in Wisconsin. I am in Madison, Wisconsin. And so, yes, we get a lot of snow. a lot of snow. We have gotten some snow so far, but the snow melted because the temperature was on the higher side. So it did snow some days ago, but everything melted. Okay. So there's no snow. You can't see any snow on the ground right now. But yes, we do get a lot of snow, and we are probably going to get a lot of snow. And, uh, you know, too bad. Too bad. Driving in the snow, what a hazard. It's such a pain. Uh, okay. Yeah, Word is saying apartment cleans the snow for you. Great perk. Exactly. So the reason I love apartment living is because you don't have to worry about cleaning the snow. You don't have to worry about fixing this and fixing that. If my dishwasher is not working, or I need some maintenance work, I can just call, and the landlord's gonna take care of it. So that's one thing. And then um, you know um, yeah, I guess it all it all depends on what your lifestyle is. I spend a lot of time, during the day I'm working, so I've got a very busy work schedule, and then I do a lot of writing, I do my podcast, I do my live streams, I've got my personal life, so many other things I have to take care of. And so I'm glad I don't have to mow the lawn, cut the grass, clean the snow. I don't have to do that stuff. Okay. So um, that's that. Okay. Um, James is asking, do you listen to Benny Johnson? So I know Benny Johnson has a show. I don't usually get the time to listen to Benny Johnson's show, but I follow Benny Johnson on Instagram, and so I see a lot of the things that Benny Johnson posts on Instagram, and he's such a nice guy. I have not met Benny Johnson in person, but he seems to be a very nice guy. He's got a nice YouTube channel too, and Benny Johnson. He's a humorous person, just a really nice guy. Okay. Let's see. Vicky is here. Vicky is writing, good evening from Colorado. Just got here. Well, thank you, Vicky, for joining. Really appreciate that. By the way, my friends, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. But anyone who's participating in the live chat, I know that you all are subscribers. You all are subscribers, because the live chat is in a subscriber only mode. Okay. Let me read some comments here. Okay. All right. So what was I saying? I was talking about Kamala Harris and what her future is. So just going back to what I was saying, if Kamala Harris runs for president again in 2028, then the chances are that she is not going to win the nomination. Okay. Once again, I'm not making a prediction. I'm just saying what I think might happen. Okay. If she runs for president again in 2028, there are many people from the Democrat Party who are going to say, Kamala, you ran once, you failed. We're not going to put you on the ticket again. Okay. So, people like Gavin Newsom and Josh Shapiro and Gretchen Whitmer and J.B. Pritzker and Pete Buttigieg, they may be the ones, running to win the Democratic nomination in 2028. By the way, I mentioned Pete Buttigieg. I mean, Pete Buttigieg, his name has been mentioned as a possible Democrat presidential candidate in 2028. I mean, what do you think about that? Pete Buttigieg. Okay? I mean, what am I going to say about Pete Buttigieg? What would you say about Pete Buttigieg? What a failure as the Secretary of Transportation. What a massive failure as the Secretary of Transportation. Okay? And what happened in the transportation sector, okay, with Pete Buttigieg as the secretary? I mean, really, I mean, look at the shipping industry. Look at the surface transportation. Look at look at the rail industry. How many train derailments? How many train derailments happened, and what did Pete Buttigieg do about all these train derailments? Why is the transportation sector such a mess? Why is the transportation sector such a mess? And look at, supply chain. Exactly. James just mentioned supply chain. Why is the supply chain such a mess with Pete Buttigieg in charge? Why? So, I mean, really, once again, I don't know if Pete Buttigieg is going to run, okay? But really, if he, once again, I feel like I'm laughing a lot today. Listen, if the Democrat Party decides that, hey, the ones who are going to have a great chance of securing the nomination, they'd have to demonstrate their failures, okay? Then, yeah, Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg, they may run and qualify. Oh, my God. 007 Arizona is saying Mayor Pete couldn't run a small town. Exactly. Listen, if failure is the criteria for winning the for winning the Democrat nomination for president in 2028, then yes, Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg will be the front runners. Okay? If the Democrats decide, you know what? If you want the Democratic nomination for president in 2028, then you have to show your long list of failures. In that case, Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg, they are going to be the front runners, because when you look at the current administration, the Biden-Harris administration, when you look at the Biden-Harris cabinet, okay, then Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg are two of the biggest failures. Kamala Harris, failure as a border czar, failure as a vice president, and Pete Buttigieg, an absolute failure as the Secretary of Transportation. So really, I mean, what can I say? Why am I laughing so much? Any idea? Like, I do laugh, all right? So it's not uncommon for me to laugh, okay? I laugh. I love to laugh. But it seems like I'm laughing a bit too much today during the live stream. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe I'm just happy. Maybe I'm just happy thinking about January 2025. Maybe I'm looking forward to a bright future. Maybe I'm looking forward to the bright and sunny days that we as Americans are going to experience. So I don't know why I'm laughing so much, okay? Misty is saying, we all rather see you laughing than crying. Yes, Misty, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, Pete Buttigieg, what an absolute failure. What an absolute failure. AC Cruz is writing, are you in love, Tassif? Great question. Great question. In love with what? In love with who? You mean like romantic love? No, I'm not married. I'm single. So no, I don't think I'm in love right now. So I don't know. But great question though. No, I'm just laughing. I'm just happy, I think. Malcolm is here. Hello, Malcolm. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm reading your questions. By the way, you gotta hit the like button and you have to subscribe, okay? You have to subscribe, my friends. Mm. Oh, AC, I see your comment, AC. I love seeing all your comments. All right, let's see. Hold on. We are 1 hour 25 minutes into the live stream. 6,800 people have watched this live stream so far. 6,800 in 1 hour 25 minutes. Okay, and we will continue because I think we have a lot more to discuss, right? Let's see. Okay. All right. And okay, so there are some other Democrat names that are being mentioned, people who may run for president in 2028. And hold on. Just put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on. Now, obviously, you're not sitting in your car. I think you're at home or wherever. Like if you're in a chair like me, there's no way to put on a seatbelt, right? Because you're at home, you're not in your car. What I mean is that just hold on to your seats, okay? Make sure that you don't fall off your chair. Because I'm going to tell you the names of some other people, especially one particular person who may end up running for president. Okay? So get ready for this. Get ready for this, okay? Are you ready? Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Hold on, my friends. Give me 1 second, my friends. Okay. Sorry, I had to change the screen, so I'm back. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to tell you somebody's name, who's a person whose name is being mentioned. This is a Democrat who may run for president in 2028. A word is saying we are born ready. I like that. I like that word. 007 Arizona is saying Lori Lightfoot. Oh my God. Now I'm going to laugh again. Lori Lightfoot. I don't know what I'm going to say. Lori Lightfoot. You just said Lori Lightfoot? Did you really say Lori Lightfoot? Lori Lightfoot for president. Wow. No, that's not whose name I was going to mention. Yeah, word. I'm gonna roll on the floor laughing. ROFL. Rolling on the floor laughing. That's what I'm gonna do. Because 007 Arizona just mentioned Lori Lightfoot. Oh my God. Lori Lightfoot for president. That's going to be a campaign you don't want to miss. Listen. Now I'm going to pause. Whatever I was going to say, I'm going to get back to that in a little bit. But let's talk about Lori Lightfoot. If Lori Lightfoot runs for president, okay, in 2028, I'm gonna watch every campaign speech. Maybe not every, but I'm gonna watch her campaign speeches. Because it's going to be so much of fun if Lori Lightfoot from Chicago, if she runs for president. That's a campaign you don't want to miss. That's the campaign. Do you guys remember when Lori Lightfoot, she announced her re-election campaign for president? Not president. What am I saying? Not president. When she announced her re-election campaign for the mayor of Chicago, have you seen that video of Lori Lightfoot? She had a campaign event on a Chicago street, and there were musicians, and they were playing drums, okay, and she was out there. She was dancing, and she was saying, "Vote, vote, vote." Have you watched that video? And there were drummers, and there were people who were playing musical instruments. People were dancing, and she said, "Vote, vote, vote, vote." And she was dancing, and she said, "Vote." Have you seen that video? Have you seen that video? Evelyn is here. Hi, Evelyn. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Wow, you got done with a 17-hour shift, Evelyn? Do you work in the medical field, Evelyn? Please remind me what industry you work in. What industry you work in. 007 says, I can't unsee that video. So you've seen that video, right? 007 Arizona, you've seen that video of Lori Lightfoot dancing with the musical beats. Evelyn says, yes, I'm a nurse. Evelyn, want to thank you for being a nurse. Thank you. We appreciate people who are in the medical field. Misty, you are a nurse too, right? Misty? Are you an RN, registered nurse, Misty? Behave, are you also in the medical field? Okay. Misty is saying yes, I'm an RN. Okay. Behave says yes. All right. So yeah, we want to thank and everyone who's here, everyone who's watching, everyone who's participating in the live chat. Please let us thank our doctors and nurses, okay? And you know, anyone who's working in the medical field, directly treating patients, okay? We thank our medical professionals, okay? We thank our medical professionals. We really appreciate them. Absolutely, we do. We thank our medical professionals. I wrote that in the chat window, and you can write it too, okay? Yes, let's thank our medical professionals. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me change the screen here. Okay, so people are saying we thank our medical professionals. Absolutely. Yeah. Evelyn says, thanks for the love. Absolutely, Evelyn. Evelyn, what state are you in? Just curious. You know, here's what I should do. I'm gonna do this right now. Because I know that I've asked you all those who use other screen names. I've asked you for your first names. I've asked you where you're from. For a lot of you, I remember your first names. I remember where you're from. But let's do this again, because anyone who I may have missed, I'm going to write it down. So if you are using a different screen name, which is other than your first name, you don't have to give me your full name if you don't want to. Just give me your first name or any name that you would like me to address you as, okay? Give me your name, your first name, and then what state you're from. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down so I do not forget, okay? So please go ahead and do it. Word is saying, hi, my name is Word from Alabama. So Word is from Alabama. Now, Word, I know your name is not Word. I just call you Word. Your name is not Word. Alabama. I'm going to remember that. Okay. Jel is Janet. Okay, Janet. Okay, let's see. Vicky is saying Vicky is from Colorado. Okay. I'm going to write it down now. So I'm going to go a little slow. Vicky is from Colorado. Okay. Fuzz, I know you are from... Fuzz, I know you are Aaron, right, Fuzz? You are Aaron? I don't know where you're from. Maybe I forgot. Scotty is writing... Scotty from... Hold on. Scotty is in California. Okay, Scotty. You are in California. California. James Russell is from Virginia. Okay. Johnny is from... Johnny, you're from Alabama, is it, Johnny? You wrote A-L-Y. Johnny, no. That's Alabama, right? Hold on. Johnny, Alabama. Okay. Okay. Eric is... Eric, you're from Texas. Is that it? Eric from Texas. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Fuzz is Aaron, and Aaron is from Ontario, Canada. Okay. I've been to Canada. Beautiful country, Canada. I know Misty is either Misty or Zenith. By the way, Zenith is a very beautiful name. Misty is from, I know, Pennsylvania. Okay, let's see, who else? Misty is a beautiful name too. Turbo. I like your screen name, Turbo. It's like, I don't know how you came up with that name, but it's like turbocharged, right? It just gives a sense of, like, you know, energy, power, turbocharged. Turbo is Joshua from Texas. All right. Evelyn is from Texas. Okay. Who am I missing? Claudia. I know Claudia is from North Carolina. Claudia is from North Carolina. I know. I'm writing it all down. AC is Angela. Angela from Arizona. From Arizona. Okay. Paul is from Texas. Paul is from Texas. I know there's another Paul who's from Walworth County, Wisconsin. Okay. Right? Who did I miss? Okay. Turbo is writing, it was my nickname way back in my high school days. I ran cross country and was extremely fast and won my class. That is so awesome. I like the name Turbo. You know, it always reminds me of like turbocharged, powerful. You know, when we talk about vehicles, right? Cars with turbocharged engines. There's, very, very fun to drive. So I like that. So yeah, glad that you got that nickname, Turbo. It's pretty cool. Uh, okay. All right. I'm gonna have to go to the next page. Cognitive dissonant. Okay. Is Annie in Wisconsin. Annie, where in Wisconsin are you again? Would you please remind me, Annie, where in Wisconsin you are? Eric is... Okay, Eric, you're from Oregon? Okay, I'm going to write that down. Eric is from Oregon. Okay. No, I did not skip Paul. I didn't skip Paul. Paul is from Texas, but there's another Paul who is from Walworth County. I don't know if that Paul is here. Eric is from Oregon. Eric Backstrom from Oregon. Okay. I know we have a friend in this community, Dana. I know Dana is from Oregon too. Dana is from Southern Oregon because she mentioned that. So Eric, which part of Oregon are you from? If you want to share that, you don't have to. Let us see. Air Force, USA. Is Brian from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So, Eric, you're from Portland. Okay. Portland, Oregon. Well, Portland obviously is a very beautiful place. I haven't been there, but I know it's a beautiful place. But Portland, because of Democrat policies, Portland has issues, right? A lot of homelessness in Portland, just like, other blue cities. And also, I think there's like squatting, right? Squatting is a huge issue. Like in San Francisco, in California, squatting is a huge issue. It's a huge issue in New York, right? Yeah, Eric is writing, can't go downtown. Yeah. No, I understand, Eric. Portland has challenges, so let's see. Who did I miss? Okay. So Annie is writing. Annie's from Watoma. Watoma is a beautiful area. Not too far. Not too far. Watoma, Wisconsin. I've been to Watoma. It's pretty lovely. That's Washera County. Let me tell you exactly how far Watoma is. I've been to Watoma. Watoma, Wisconsin is just gotta keep going north, pretty much. Watoma is hour and a half. It's a really nice drive. You get on I-90, you just keep going, you go past Portage, and you go towards Westfield, right? You just keep going, and then you take an exit, you go east and get to Wautoma. I mean from Madison. Um, hmm. Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone here? Who did I miss? Scotty is asking, Tosif, have you ever been to California? Yes, I've been to California many years ago, 2007. Okay, 2007. That's when I went to California. So yeah, I've been to California. I've been to like Los Angeles and San Diego, a few other places. Eric is saying, did you surf? No, I did not surf. I went to San Diego, but I did not surf. Great question. No, I didn't surf. I'm not a surfer. Okay. All right. 52 likes. Awesome. 82 people watching right now. I know we can get those numbers up. Just keep liking, my friends. So Turbo, you are, let me just check. Now I have written everything down. So Turbo is in Texas, but Turbo was born in Mississippi. Okay. We love Mississippi. We love Texas. We love Alabama. We love the red states. Okay, so Brian and Misty, are you like you're almost neighbors, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm trying to go through the chat window and to see if I missed anyone. Did I miss anyone? I missed Behave, right? Behave, did I miss your comments? Let's see. Did I miss your comments, Behave? Okay. So Behave, I didn't get your name though. You are in California, I see that, but I didn't get your name. You could give me your real first name or any name that you want to go by. Behave. Let me write it down. What name would you like to go by? Elaine. Elaine's a beautiful name. Elaine. Okay. Elaine is from California. Thank you, Elaine. All right. Okay, so Brian is saying, Tosif, please pray for me and Misty. We have to deal with governorship. Yeah, I understand when you are living in a state with a Democrat governor, and the Democrats, they have their bad policies. Like here in Wisconsin, we have a Democrat governor. I don't like his policies. But, we have an opportunity in Wisconsin. We have an opportunity in 2026, okay, to elect a Republican governor. 2026, my friends, here in Wisconsin, either the incumbent Democrat governor runs for re-election, and then, a Republican will have to run and defeat the incumbent Democrat governor, or the Democrat governor retires and then there's a new Democrat, maybe they'll have a primary, somebody else runs, and we have a Republican running, and then we win, okay? So, yeah, the question is 2026 Wisconsin, we need a solid Republican, a strong Republican, an energetic Republican to run for governor and to capture that governor's position to win. Okay? We need a Republican to run and win the gubernatorial race in Wisconsin. Who is it going to be? That's coming up in 2026, my friends. 2026. 2026. Paul, I am so honored, Paul. That's all I'll say, Paul. I'm so honored. I'm so honored, Paul. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm reading some of your comments here. By the way, we're getting close to the 2-hour time mark. This is so awesome. Almost 2 hours, not quite, but almost. So Turbo is saying that Turbo lives close to the U.S.-Mexico border. Yeah, Joshua, Texas, right, Turbo? I've written it down. I've been to Texas, but I have not been to the southern part of Texas. I've been to Dallas. I love Dallas. Who loves Dallas, Texas? I love Dallas, Texas. So I went to Gaylord Texan. Do you know that resort? Gaylord Texan. I love the resort, Gaylord Texan. It's in Dallas. Well, it's technically right outside Dallas. Let me give you the name of the place. Gaylord Texan. It's in Grapevine. It is in Grapevine, Texas, right outside Dallas. Right in that area. Misty is saying it's nice and peaceful down in West Texas. Okay. Yeah, I have not been to West Texas, but I know it's beautiful. That's what people tell me. It's beautiful. Turbo is saying I've been to Gaylord. Okay. Yeah, Gaylord Texan. I actually spent my 2019, no, wait, not 2019. I spent my 2018 Christmas. So I spent my 2017 Christmas at Gaylord Opryland in Nashville, Tennessee. So that was 2017. So 2017 Christmas at Gaylord Opryland in Nashville, Tennessee, and the following year, 2018 Christmas at Gaylord Texan in Grapevine, Texas. Okay. So back to back, one Christmas after another, spent at two different Gaylord um, hotels, resorts. By the way, Oprahland. Oprahland is so amazing. Oprahland is awesome. Gaylord Oprahland in Nashville. Anyone from Tennessee watching this? I want to know if there's anyone from Tennessee who's watching this. Um, Turbo is saying, I used to go to the same exact place every year. It really is something to see. Yeah, what they do with the lights, truly awesome. The Gaylord hotels. There's a nice Gaylord in Colorado. It's called Gaylord Rockies. I've not been to that, although I'd love to. I'd love to. In Colorado, Gaylord Rockies. That's really awesome, I hear. I've seen some videos and images. It's really awesome, but I've not been there. Um, but I want to. Um, so I know we have. Okay, who's here from? Hold on. Vicky is here from Colorado. Vicky, have you been to the Gaylord Rockies? I think it's in Aurora. Is it in Aurora or Denver? I think it's in Aurora. If anyone's been to Gaylord Rockies, just let me know if you liked it. All right. Okay. By the way, friends, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. We are like less than 3 minutes from the 2-hour time mark. From the 2-hour time mark, okay? Less than 3 minutes. All right, I'm gonna read some of your comments here. Vicky is saying, nope, I lived in Aurora for a couple of years. I have lived in Loveland now for a long time. Okay. Let me see. I don't know where Loveland exactly is. I'm going to look it up on a map. Loveland, Colorado. Okay. So Loveland is like 1 hour from Aurora, roughly. 1 hour, okay. Okay. AC is saying, I would love to stay at the Trump hotels in Vegas. Yeah, it would be awesome to stay at the Trump Hotel in Vegas. There's a very nice Trump Hotel in Chicago. It's so awesome. I have not been to the Trump Hotel. I've not stayed at the Trump Hotel in Chicago, but I've seen it. Chicago is so close. I mean, it's just like 3 hours. So most of the time nowadays, what I do is I drive to Chicago and I drive back. Okay. And, I've stayed at different hotels in Chicago. I've stayed at the Palmer House Hilton. I've stayed at the Wit right there in downtown Chicago. And I've stayed at other hotels in Schaumburg and other places that are outside of Chicago, but like in that area. But I've not stayed at the Trump Hotel. But I'd love to, yeah. AC is saying just to experience it. Absolutely, AC. I know I completely agree with you. Staying at a Trump hotel, dining there, it would be a nice experience. Just, go to Vegas, spend a few nights at the Trump Hotel there in Vegas, it would be pretty cool. Vicky, thank you for sharing information about Loveland. Yeah, I'd love to visit Gaylord Rockies in Aurora, and obviously I'd love to visit other places in Colorado. It's a beautiful state. I've never been there. Okay, let's see. Elizabeth is here. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. Elizabeth, we were sharing information about where everyone's from and to share their real first name if they want to. Now, I know you are Elizabeth because your screen name says Elizabeth. If you would like to share where you are from, I'm actually writing it down so I don't forget. So I've asked everyone here because I keep forgetting where everyone's from. So if you want to just give us what state, what city you're from, that'd be great. Now, Jim, I know you are from Chicago. You mentioned that. And I remember that, Jim. Jim is from Chicago. So Jim is closer to the Trump Hotel in Chicago than I am because I'm in Wisconsin. We were talking about the Trump Hotel in Chicago, and Jim, you are so close to it because you live in Chicago area. Okay, Elizabeth is from Grants Pass, Oregon. Okay, Elizabeth is from Grants Pass, Oregon. Okay. By the way, my friends, we are 2 hours into the live stream, and so far, 8,800 people have tuned in. 8,800, more than 8,800 people have watched this video. So we have not been able to get to 10,000 yet, but we can if you hit the like button, if you subscribe, and if you share this video, we can get to 10,000 views. Okay, if we don't get there, that's okay, but we might be able to get there. Okay. All right. Okay. So as I was saying, oh, you know what? I drifted away. I was going to tell you the name of a Democrat and who might run for president in 2028, and I just kept telling you, hey, hold on to your seats, sit tight, don't fall down, put on your seat belts, and then something else came up and I just got distracted and I drifted away and I started talking about other things. So let me give you the name of a Democrat, somebody whose name is being mentioned as a possible candidate for president from the Democrat Party. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, just give me 1 second. I got to look at something else. Okay, so are you ready for that name? The name of this individual, this Democrat who may run for president in 2028? Are you ready? Just say you're ready. Oh, AC is saying distracted because of Lori Lightfoot comment. Exactly. The Lori Lightfoot's name got mentioned and I got so distracted and I just completely missed mentioning that name. Okay, so this is a Democrat. Everyone knows the name of this Democrat, and this individual's name is being mentioned as a possible candidate for president from the Democrat Party. James is saying Liz Cheney. It is not Liz Cheney. It is not Liz Cheney. It is, are you ready? It is don't mention Lori Lightfoot's name again because I'm going to get distracted once again. It is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. AOC. AOC, her name is being mentioned as a possible candidate for president in 2028. Finally, I mentioned that name. I saw this being discussed, and I'm like, oh my God. And that's why I said, hold on to your seats, put on your seatbelt. I'm like, oh God, not AOC, not AOC. But really, her name is being mentioned. Can you believe that? AOC running for president? I mean, she's a socialist. She's a socialist. She wants socialism. Okay? So really, I mean, it is shocking how AOC got elected to Congress. That is shocking. How AOC got elected to Congress, and now some people are saying, "Oh, she might run for president." Let's see. Can you believe that? Brian is saying same as Bernie Sanders. Yeah, she's a socialist. So real shocking. Corey Martin is here. Corey, I see your comment. Okay. Yeah, I cannot believe that people, I mean, there are people out there who would like to see AOC run for president. It's just unbelievable. Okay? I mean, how did we get to this point that a socialist gets elected to Congress? I mean, yes, Bernie Sanders got elected to the Senate and AOC got elected to Congress. And Bernie Sanders also tried running for president. He ran for president, didn't work out. And now people are saying AOC might run. It is unacceptable. It is unbelievable. And also Cory Booker. People are saying Cory Booker from New Jersey, he might run for president. And people are saying Andy Beshear. Okay, Andy Beshear from Kentucky. Now, it is unbelievable how Andy Beshear gets elected as a Democrat. He gets elected to a statewide office in Kentucky. Right? That is just mind-boggling. I mean, Kentucky is a red state. So how does Andy Beshear gets elected governor of Kentucky? I'll never understand it. How can the voters in Kentucky who vote for Republicans, how can they vote for Andy Beshear? How did Andy Beshear get elected as the governor of Kentucky? So I really don't understand that, but it is what it is. Andy Beshear is the governor of Kentucky, and I'll never understand how he got elected. Misty's saying, "Oh no, you're frozen." Am I frozen? Is the screen okay? James is saying it's okay. All right. Vicky is saying you're fine. All right. Well, good to know. If there's a technological issue temporarily, if it's frozen or whatever, usually it'll go away, I think. Sometimes we have big tech glitches. That's different. Mhm. I think I saw a comment here that I want to address. Let's see. Um, okay, I see Aaron is writing about Donald Trump getting elected twice. Well, Aaron, Donald Trump is a freedom-loving American. Donald Trump is a true patriot. Donald Trump believes in capitalism. Donald Trump puts America first. He wants to make America great again. Donald Trump is highly successful in business. He is very talented. People love Trump. Okay, and that's why Trump got more than 76 million votes. And so, you know, you cannot compare Trump with Andy Bashir. Okay, you cannot compare Donald Trump with Bashir. Donald Trump is you know, he's one of the greatest presidents in the history of this country. You cannot compare Donald Trump with Andy Bashir. Okay, no comparison there. No comparison whatsoever. No comparison. Okay. Aaron is saying the people have spoken, right? People vote for what they want. No, I understand, Aaron. I understand, and that's why I'm like asking that question. How in a place like Kentucky, how can Andy Bashir get elected governor? That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. Uh, Elizabeth is saying we love Trump. Absolutely, we do. Let's do this. We usually do Trump 2024, right? We're gonna do Trump 2025 this time. Let's do Trump 2025 because Trump won the 2024 election, and now Trump is going to be sworn in as the President of the United States in 2025. So let's do Trump 2025. Please write it in the chat window. Write Trump 2025. Let's do it, my friends. James is writing Trump 2025. Claudia is writing Trump 2025. Who else? My friends, please keep writing. Elizabeth is writing Trump January 2025. Elaine is writing, behave is Elaine. Elaine is writing Trump 2025. That's awesome. Uh, all right, hold on. Okay. Turbo is writing, Turbo is Joshua from Texas. Turbo is writing Trump 2025. Hold on. By the way, Turbo, let me see. Your name is Joshua. You're not from Joshua, Texas, right? Okay, I think I got confused because there's a place in Texas. It's called Joshua, but that's not close to the border. That's far away from the border. So your name is Joshua, but you are from close to the border in Texas, not from Joshua, Texas. Okay, so I got confused there for a second because there is a city in Texas. It's also called Joshua. So I apologize for getting confused. It just suddenly clicked like, okay, you cannot be from Joshua, Texas because you said you're from close to the southern border, and Joshua, Texas is a city which is far from the southern border. So I apologize. I apologize. Corey is from Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, that is great. We also have Word, who is from Alabama. So Corey Martin is from Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. So, Aaron is asking, Tosif, do you have any honest criticisms about Trump? I'd like to hear them. Okay. So Aaron is asking if I have any honest criticisms about Trump. Well, so here's what I'll tell you. If you want to know if I disagree with Trump on anything, you want to hear from me. If I disagree with Trump on anything, I can tell you. I can tell you that. So actually, I want everyone to listen to this, okay? Because I got a question from Aaron. Aaron wants to know, I'm not going to read the entire question that Aaron wrote. You can see it in the live chat. But Aaron basically wants to know if I disagree with Trump on anything, right? I mean, that's a fair question. Obviously, no two individuals are going to agree on each and everything all the time, right? So, do you guys want to listen to my answer? I'm going to give you 100% honest answer. I'm going to give you 100% honest answer. Do you want to hear if I have any disagreement with Trump on any issue, on anything? I will tell you about an issue that I've actually written on. Okay, so people are saying yes. So here is one disagreement that I have with Mr. Trump, and I think I might have shared this before, but I'll share it again just because that topic came up. So Donald Trump, and you can go fact check this, you can go look it up. Donald Trump believes, he supports making daylight saving time permanent. And I support making standard time permanent. I don't like daylight saving time. Okay? So Trump wants to make daylight saving time permanent. Trump wants to have daylight saving time throughout the year. That's what he supports. I support standard time throughout the year. I don't like daylight saving. So this is an area where Trump and I disagree. Okay? So yes, no two individuals are going to agree on everything all the time. No two individuals will agree on all issues. And so this is one disagreement that I have, okay? So, I just answered that. So Trump wants to make daylight saving time permanent. I believe we should make standard time permanent. So that's my opinion. So Aaron, I hope that answers your question. I don't know if you wanted something more, but that's really my answer right there. Okay. All right, so I've answered that question. Well, Aaron, thank you. Aaron, I appreciate you being here. I understand you don't agree with me on a lot of things, I think. That's the sense I get. But Aaron, I appreciate you participating in the discussion. Yeah. And Aaron is from Ontario, Canada. By the way, Ontario, Canada is just beautiful. So thank you, Aaron, from joining from Canada. We love Canada. Canada is a huge ally. Obviously, Canada and the United States, we are two different countries, and we will also have our disagreements. But overall, I think the people of Canada and the people of the United States, we're friends. We are wonderful neighbors, and we are allies, and we want to have a great relationship. So U.S. and Canada, we want to have a great relationship. Okay, let's see. A viewer is saying, "You look tired. You should rest." Do I really look tired? Somebody mentioned, "You look tired. You should rest." Okay. I don't remember if you commented previously. I just see your comment. I don't know if you commented previously. This viewer named Kalel. Kalel, is it Kalel or Kalel? I don't know how to pronounce it. Saying, do I look tired? I mean, yes, I am live streaming. It's 1:53 a.m. But do I look tired? I mean, I've been live streaming for 2 hours and 21 minutes. So yes, at the end of the day, it's early hour in the morning. I may be a little tired. AC Cruz says, "No, you don't. No, you don't." A viewer named Strange is saying, "Toss if you look sleepy but vibrant." Evelyn is saying, "I think you look fine." I think I look fine. Paul is saying it's the cold you have. I do have a little bit of cold. Yes, you can tell. I do have a little bit of cold. I have nasal congestion. That is absolutely correct. But yes, I am a little sleepy, but not a whole lot. Okay. So Aaron, yes, I do try to address people's questions and comments, and I know that I don't get to address every question or every comment, but I try my best to address questions and comments as much as I can. By the way, we are 2 hours and 22 minutes into the live stream, and more than 10,700 people have watched this video so far. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap up because we are approaching the 2 hour 30-minute time mark. I think I'm going to wrap up because I'll try to get some sleep. Okay. So thank you. So Aaron, yeah, I will try to address as many questions and comments as I can. Obviously, because there are so many questions and comments, I can't address each and every one of those. Okay, so let me, because I also have a little bit of allergy and cold, let me wrap up this live stream. Okay, let me wrap up the live stream. The question that I asked in the live chat is, do you think that Kamala Harris will run for the office of the governor of California in 2026? All right, 128 votes in. 43% of the people said no, 25% of the people said yes, and 31% said not sure. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for responding, my friends. The question was, do you think that Kamala Harris will run for the office of the governor of California in 2026? 43% said no, 25% said yes, 31% said not sure. Total number of votes was 128. Okay, so thank you for responding to that. I really appreciate it. Brian is saying, we're just starting to have fun, Tossif. Why go to bed? Oh, Evelyn is saying, why go to bed now? I gotta go. I have a busy day, so I'm gonna have to go try to get some sleep. I appreciate it, my friends. I appreciate your support. 2 hours, 24 minutes into the live stream. I wish I could continue longer, but that's okay. I'll be back. I'll be back. So thank you, my friends. I appreciate all your support. Geronimo is here writing thank you. Thank you so much, Geronimo. Thank you, everyone. Please like this video. Please share this video. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. Okay, I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you all for joining. I truly appreciate your love and support and your words of encouragement. So with that, thank you so very much. May God bless you all. May God bless President-elect Donald J. Trump, and may God bless the United States of America. So, my friends, have a wonderful night, and I'll be back again soon. And let me tell you this, we are going to win. We are going to win. We won in 2024, and I talked about 2028. You know, we're going to win in 2028 also. Thank you so very much, my friends. Have a wonderful night.